Yeah, now the time has come for the lion to tell his own story. Yeah, the one them called Celestial represent for the mighty lion voice. And this a shook up your planet tectonic. As me sip up my roots and tectonic. And you can't make me jump nor get panic. Have the engine a run like mechanic. Room.
Yo! Blazing fire, yeah man, this is Ras out of Belize. And the time has come for the lions to tell our own story. Right? Yeah man. We blaze fire, burning the wicked and the dirty vampire. Yeah man, Ras said that. Blazing fire, lion boy.
The time has come for the lioness to tell her own story.
I will never stop, hail the Most High, and I will never stop, call Ras Tafari. Blessed love, this is Kushite representing for the Lion's Voice. We are here to tell our own story, Ras Tafari.
But now that there's evidence, there's a document out there, there's a newspaper article that shows that Ras Tafari sent a messenger to come to Harlem to encourage Marcus Garvey to send skilled workers to repatriate. And I'm paraphrasing, but the emperor, then known as Ras Tafari, did say that there's a home for black people in Africa, in Ethiopia.
The year is 1892, and the land of Ethiopia has been experiencing 4 years of terrible famine and drought. They call it the Kikuken, or the evil days. At least 1/3 of the human population and 90% of the cattle have died. The hyenas have feasted on so many carcasses that they have become overweight and barely able to move. Just when the people could take no more of the evil days, a woman named Wasiro Yeshimabe is giving birth in a place called Ergersa Gora. This is her 9th attempt to bring forth new life. Her previous 8 attempts only resulted in death. Will this child live? Thankfully, a healthy baby boy is born. His first cries are drowned by thunder and lightning flashes across the night sky. The heavens open up and torrential rain starts to fall. Ethiopia's drought is over, and the baby boy is given the name Tafari, meaning one to be feared or respected. Lich Tafari's father, Ras Makonnen, is a very important man in 1892 Ethiopia. Although he is overjoyed at the birth of his newborn son, he cannot spend much time with him. Ras Makonnen is the governor of Harar and must get back to the famous walled city to deal with its affairs. Furthermore, he is the foreign minister of Ethiopia, and having traveled to different places in Europe, he is very aware of the material and military advances they have made and the looming threats they pose to his country. Ras Makonnen knows that the majority of Ethiopians have no idea what is coming, and that he has to work that much harder to secure the realm. Lich Tafari would grow up to become the legendary emperor, Haile Selassie I. To understand his journey, we must first understand the Ethiopia that he was inheriting, and what it was like when he was born in 1892. Get your copy of Kwasi Bonsu's book, Haile Selassie I, Ethiopia, Volume 1, The Rise of the Priestly Warrior Kings, and increase your knowledge about the history, politics, and culture of Ethiopia in 1892, and how it connects to the rest of African and world history at the time. Haile Selassie I, Ethiopia, Volume 1 is available for purchase at www.bookmanexpress.pub. Please visit for more information.
You know, I love my brethren and sistren, but on 125th, when you speak about Rastafari, some of them don't want to hear it. And, you know, lately it's a little easier. But I'm talking about 15, 20 years ago, brethren, some people don't want to hear it. But now that there's evidence, there's a document out there, there's a newspaper article that shows that Rastafari sent a messenger to come to Harlem to encourage Marcus Garvey to send skilled workers to repatriate. And I'm paraphrasing, but the emperor, then known as Rastafari, did say that there's a home for black people in Africa, in Ethiopia. You know, I don't know any other black African leader at that time, especially that had an influence on blacks in America, and that's encouraging them to return to Africa. That's Rastafari. This is the 1920s. This is 103 years ago. This happened. And this is something that's, to me, that's one of the greatest discoveries I've ever heard of. I didn't make the discovery or that article, but my brethren saw that and he shared it. And we have to look into that and say, now that we know that the emperor, we know in our hearts that the emperor stands for repatriation, reparations, but to see it in the 1920s, and then to also know that it's black Americans that were inspired to follow the emperor Rastafari from 1919 and 1920, with the names of Reverend James Webb in New York City, and then you have Grover Redding in Chicago, and the other names I'll keep that. I won't say that. I'll let Brother Rashumba speak more detail on that, because we have to let it be known that the black community here in New York and Chicago had a major impact on Rastafari. Because when Leonard Percival Howell, who's titled as the first Rasta, was right here in New York, it's been said that he went to not DC, he went to Kingston, he went to Jamaica, and it's documented in the Gleaner that he said that he was inspired by the Rastafarites in America. You know, and you know, we're not showing no proof of this. Reason why I'm speaking on this is because this is in a time frame between 1960 and 1928. But again, anybody that wants real truth on all that, go check Ras Shumba, go check Ras Shawn when it comes to more of them documents, because we have to have a large think tank with Rastafari.
Yeah,
let it be known that all roads.
I have reason with Ras Floyd, other ones, so we're gonna line up some of those brethren to talk about that history.
Yes, I.
Now this is the original feeling the responsibility to lead the youth them to a brighter future. Well, I hear the conquering line of the tribe of Judah, Earth's rightful ruler. I just play Rastafari crowd, unconquerable. We come to tell them about Babylon, they're falling down. Alright, in a culture sound, you owe me a million, but give it down. We come to tell them about the way Rastafari crowd, unconquerable. We come to tell them about Babylon, they're falling down. Uncle yo, me come to tell them about Holy Palace intrigue, fighting between Solomon and Seed. Well, Empress tied to want her family to lead. Well, King Michael was representing for King Michael. Now watch the orphan married to his niece, who get up every day and I study and I read. He work and he pray every day. He achieve. Them say you're the leader every nation. Leader just we Rastafari ground unconquerable. Me come to tell them about Babylon, they're falling down to far right. Unconquerable. Me come to tell them about the Rastafari crowd unconquerable. Me come to tell them about Babylon, they're falling down to far right. It's Uncle yo. Well, Ras Michael, son was having a good time when he should mind the affairs of the state, cause he's descent from the great line of Menelik II. But he's stepping on toes of his elder, treat his women like hoes, he exposed. Now he working with the Ottoman Turks, say he's descending from Muhammad, but that's not how this works. See, the crown was anointed by the Orthodox Church, so if you're all ruling as I don't have to put Christ first, I just the Rastafari crown unconquerable.